Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the newest wave of McFarlane's superpowers. This wave consists of a Fleischer Superman, Booster Gold, Metamorpho, black version of Black Manta, Gardner, Green Lantern, and the Dark Knight Returns Batman. As weird as it is, McFarlane Toy Store only had a bundle that consisted of Booster Gold, Metamorpho, Black Manta, and Gardner, not Superman and Batman. But I found the entire wave at Walmart, so got 4 from McFarlane, 2 at Walmart, have the entire wave, still looking for one more Batman to keep unopened, and I'm sure I'll find him eventually. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, DC Superpowers Superman, McFarlane Toys. Old school Superman. On the back, checklists all the figures, and his barcode. Next we have Booster Gold. Looking forward to putting him with Blue Beetle, McFarlane Toys, Booster Gold, his barcode. Then we have Metamorpho, the Element Man, his barcode. Here's an all-black version of Black Manta. I missed the previous Walmart exclusive one, and I would still like to add to the collection Black Manta, his barcode, here's Gardner with that lame bowl haircut, signature look, his barcode, and finally Dark Knight Returns Batman. They used an old body, should have made a new bulkier one, but he still has that fat bat symbol on his chest. So with no further ado, let's open them up. Alright, now that we got these figures out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. And pretty much the entire group of 6 figures comes with absolutely no accessories. The closest thing we get is Superman and Batman have removable cloth soft goods capes. In this video, we're going to take a look at each of the figures individually. We'll check them out with some other relevant action figures, both from Superpowers and McFarlane DC Multiverse. This is supposed to be Wave 8 of the Superpowers line. And at the end, I'll try to show all the waves. Honestly, I've kind of lost track. I thought this was Wave 7. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go and start off with the Fleischer Superman and work our way from left to right. Before we look at each of the figures individually, I want to check out their height and articulation. They're all pretty much the same scale. Some are a little bit taller than others, and they all have the same articulation. So as far as the height goes, the very smallest of these figures is Gardner, clocking at about 4.5 inches tall. And the tallest one is Metamorpho, sitting at a full 5 inches tall. Black Manta here, right in the middle, about 4.75 inches tall. So it gives you a good idea of the scale. I may have already said something about this, but I wanted to comment on how the wave was sold. At the McFarlane Toy Store, they had a bundle of 4 figures. Metamorpho, Gardner, Booster Gold, and Black Manta. No Fleischer Superman or Dark Knight Returns Batman was included, and that's pretty annoying. Made you wonder, are these figures more rare? Are they exclusive? What is going on? At the stores, like Walmart, you can get all 6 of the figures at the same time. No real problem. McFarlane decided to add the Fleischer Superman and Batman to a bundle with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive black and white accent figures. Just really annoying. They didn't let you get the whole wave by just ordering it. Just one more thing to add to being a pain in the ass for collectors. And as far as their articulation goes, they all have the exact same articulation scheme. We have, I think, 7 points for articulation. Of course, the head can rotate side to side. Both arms go up and down. That is 1, 2, 3 points. The waist does not move, at least not on Metamorpho here, which surprises me. Legs go forward about that far. Back all the way as well. We have single jointed knees. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of articulation. And just to make sure he's not the only one that doesn't have a waist swivel, let's take another figure. And no, none at all. Each of these figures has 7 points of articulation. So this is the Fleischer Superman. It's an old school style Superman. McFarlane has not done their own version of that in the Multiverse line, but I think DC Direct has some older figures like that. I don't have them, so it's kind of cool to have this one. but not completely necessary. So, starting with his face here, he does have that signature curl. It kind of has a little bit of a Christopher Reeve vibe to it. Old school Superman logo on his chest. This one is surrounded by black, which is kind of different. His suit is totally blue, no gloves. Then he has red trunks, red belt, and red boots. Cloth soft goods cape. Exact same articulation that I demonstrated pretty much the entire line. And it's a good looking figure. Now I'm going to check out the differences and reuse between this Fleischer Superman and the Superman from the first wave of superpowers. And they do share a lot of the same parts, almost all of them. So, looking at their heads, I think the sculpt's the same, but the eyes are way better on this new one. Those eyes always sort of freak me out. I mean, look at those things. Maybe they're a little bit different, and then, I can see some differences in the curl there. But the mouth looks definitely the same. As we go further down, it's the exact same body. Looks like the same belt. Arms. Legs. Cape is a little bit different. This one has that horrible sort of feel to it. This one's a lot better. Soft goods. So here are all the different Superman figures from the Superpowers line so far. And they're all 100% the same body mold. The only one that has any real differences is this, I don't know, what is it, a Rebirth Superman? Has a different belt than all the rest. But still the same base body, same legs, same torso, etc. And here he is, next to a couple of my favorite McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman figures, the Action Comics 1000 Superman, and the Hush Superman. Now let's look at the Dark Knight Returns Batman. They did such a bad job on this figure. It's supposed to be an older, bulkier, bruiser type Batman. He should be giant, swole, but they just took one of the regular Batman bodies, and that kind of sucks. Hell, he'd almost be better on the Kilowog body. So let's take a look. Starting with his face here, he's got the bat ears that don't really look accurate to the Dark Knight Returns. White eyes. He's got the Dark Knight Returns giant fat Batman logo, and it's on the Hush Batman body, I believe. Not very impressed. The color scheme is fine, but it should be a much bigger body. They were just lazy and trying to reuse and made one of our favorite comics a crappy figure. Cloth soft goods dark blue cape. The same articulation as all the other ones. Really don't like the way those ears look. Just doesn't match the comic whatsoever. Here he is next to the Hush Batman. This is the first Batman in the line. And it's a slightly bigger body than the other Batman figures they've made, but still not nearly big enough for the Dark Knight Returns. Exact same head. Don't like those ears. You can see the torso, it's the same, just a different bat symbol painted on top. Same abs. Same belt. Everything exactly the same. Even the cape is the same, just a slightly darker color. It is made of a better material than the new one. Regular cloth soft goods. This one here has that weird sort of feel to it that I don't like in these kind of capes. I'm glad they went away from the original style. Here are all the Superpowers Batman figures that utilize that exact same base body. They've made 5 so far. And here are 3 Superpowers figures that utilize a slightly different, smaller base body for Batman. There are currently 3 of these. And here are all the different Batman figures in McFarlane's Superpowers line. They're all Batman, although the one on the far left is Thomas Wayne, not Bruce Wayne. Here's the McFarlane Superpowers Dark Knight Returns Batman, next to the McFarlane DC Multiverse version. This one is black and gray. There's an upcoming blue and gray version of the Multiverse line in the next Collector's Edition wave, and that'll match this figure at least a little bit better. But it's still a very far departure from the source material. Now let's look at Metamorpho, probably the one I was most excited for from the wave. The Element Man. He's a member of the Outsiders, or Batman and the Outsiders, and he's a larger figure than most of the Superpowers guys. So, you can see he's got that white bald head, and then he splits down into different colors and different textures. Orange on one side, pink on the other, and then brown and blue at the bottom. This is, I don't know, like mud, water, rocky material, etc. It's kind of a cool gimmick or concept, and it makes for a decent figure. I hope they visit him in their multiverse line soon. Here's McFarlane's Superpowers Metamorpho, next to Mattel's DC Universe Classics Build-A-Figure version. Probably the best one out there. Now for Gardner. a cocky Green Lantern with a bunch of sarcasm. This is one of the few Green Lantern figures McFarlane has not done in their multiverse line. We really need to get a guy Gardner there. He has that signature sort of bowl cut. Usually his collar's popped up. Always has a unique suit, different to the other Green Lanterns. Usually has that turtleneck thing going on. You see the Green Lantern logo on his chest. They did include the power ring on the figure. That's pretty cool. Looks to be a unique body, at least doesn't look familiar to me. Here's the entire Green Lantern Corps that McFarlane has made in the Superpowers line. Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, Kilowog, and John Stewart. Hal, Guy, and Kilowog all seem to sort of match the same tone green, look like they're from the same Corps. John Stewart looks to be the outsider. We need a new version of him. They also made both the yellow and blue versions of Sinestro. And now to look at Booster Gold. Everybody's favorite, or possibly least favorite, hero from the future. He teams up with Blue Beetle quite often, and it's cool to be able to finally put them together. He's in his bright yellow suit, with blue star and blue pieces all over it. He has those goggles. Of course, they're not transparent. Big giant collar popped up. Here's Booster Gold with Blue Beetle. Some weird variation of the dynamic duo. And I've been one to put these two figures into Blue Beetle's ship for quite some time. Here he is. Next McFarlane's DC Multiverse Booster Gold figures. And technically, this Wave Rider figure is also Booster Gold, but that's a story for another day. Now it's like a Black Manta. This is Black Manta in his black and gray suit. This is what I consider his default color scheme. There was a previous version of Black Manta. This was a Walmart exclusive and had a blue suit, and I missed out on that one. My collection will never be complete because I'm missing the Walmart Black Manta and Walmart Reverse Flash. If anybody out there happens to be able to help me out, please let me know, but it seems hopeless at this point. There is another Black Manta figure coming out with the upcoming crowdfunding. But in the meantime, I actually think this one looks better than the last one, but I would really like to get the other one to fill in that gap. This is an Aquaman villain. He's been featured in a lot of movies, etc. He has that sort of bug-like helmet with the bug eyes and the flat silver. He's got some tubes going to the back of him. And beyond that, it's a pretty blank body. But honestly, they catch the look of Black Manta very nicely. Here's Black Manta next to a Superpowers Aquaman. Finally have an Aquaman villain to pit him up against. And then here he is, next to a couple of McFarlane DC Multiverse Black Manta figures. On the left, from the Aquaman 2 movie, and the right, from their Page Puncher line. The one for the Aquaman 2 movie looks a lot closer to the comic version, and a lot closer to the Superpowers version than the Page Puncher one does. Now to take a look at some of the other McFarlane Superpowers figures. This is where the waves get kind of complicated. McFarlane's toy store says this is Wave 8, but honestly I have a hard time telling which figure is in which wave, unless there were some one-offs with only 1 or 2 figures per wave. I don't see how this is Wave 8. If anyone has a website where there's a checklist where it could kind of help me out there, it would be much appreciated. But without a doubt, here's the first wave of McFarlane Superpowers figures. And then here's the second wave. Only 3 figures, and honestly, maybe this is the second and the third wave. And here's the third wave. 2 really cool vehicles, 4 really cool figures, a solid wave. Here's the fourth wave of figures, a very giant wave. Some cool, unique releases like Peacemaker and Vigilante, Thomas Wayne, Nightfall Nightwing. Here's Wave 5, which is labeled as Wave 6, so somehow I got off on the waves. I think maybe it is that second wave that is broken up into Wave 2 and 3. I don't know, it's just all very confusing. Here's the most recent wave. This is Wave 6. Another fantastic wave. Vehicles, figures, new characters. And that brings us to this wave. This will be the 7th wave, although it's labeled as Wave 8, so somehow my numbers got mixed up. This is also a pretty cool wave. Maybe not as cool as some of the other ones, because there's no vehicles and really exciting stuff like that. But I'm really happy to add Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, and Black Manta to the collection. Now, Black Manta was already available to the collection, but I wasn't able to get that one, so it's pretty nice to finally fill in that gap. And then Booster Gold, not as excited for him, but still a nice addition to your Justice League. They also recently released a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive black and white accent Trinity 3-pack. And then here's the entire collection of McFarlane Superpowers figures. Like I said before, I have absolutely everything except for the Walmart exclusive Black Manta and Reverse Flash. Still very interested in getting those guys. Some of the upcoming stuff to come out. There's a McFarlane Amazon exclusive 3-pack with the Batwing, Whirly Bat, and Batman. Seems to be delayed, but I'm sure it's coming soon. And I've seen some rumors about Bizarro, a gold Aquaman, a black and gray Batman, a Riddler, classic Superman, a gold Wonder Woman, and a Justice Society 3-pack. But like I said, these are rumors, but they usually turn out to be true. What they need to do is make a Batcave and some other playset type things. The scale being small allows them to do vehicles and playsets and all kind of cool stuff for a reasonable price. And it's a nice retro, nostalgic line for those that had them. So overall, this is a pretty solid wave. I would say my favorite is Metamorpho. Then after that, probably Black Manta, then Gardner, then probably Batman, Superman, and Booster Gold. Booster Gold's very well done. It's exactly what you need for a Booster Gold figure in this line, but just not a character I was that excited to get. Metamorpho takes the cake on this wave. Definitely a star of the show. I would say Batman, but it's just a horrible Dark Knight Returns Batman. This Black Manta actually I think looks better than the other one, but I'm still sort of bitter about not being able to get the last one. Anyway, it's a solid wave. Looking forward to seeing what comes next. These guys are fun, and they're affordable. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.